Hey guys, it's Cynical Who here, and welcome back to the final episode in me and Max's Series 12 initial reaction reviews. And what a run it's been, and unfortunately we won't get another one of these until unconfirmed Revolution of the Daleks at some point at
for
Christmas.
those who missed it, for those who couldn't be asked to see what happened after the end credits, the Doctor will return in Revolution of the Daleks, and according to the Doctor Who website, it's a festive special. And it's a one-off extended special that's going to be on around Christmas and New Year, but they don't know exactly when it's going to air yet. Otherwise, they tell us, apparently.
We'll talk a bit more about that in a minute, but make sure, because this was the second part of a two-part story, the first one being Ascension of the Cybermen, so do make sure you check out our review that we did for that story last week. We've had a special guest on, that being Tharies. I'm sure that'll bump the views up a little bit, but yeah, now to the present, this finale.
Spoiler warning.
God, of course, spoiler warning. God, what are you doing on the internet after what just happened?
Yeah. But can I just say, I mean, there were loads of people on the Radio Times. I mean, we had the Reddit things going around.
Yeah.
And everyone was getting really built up because this was apparently going to be a big episode, and everyone was being really coy, and we were like, what is this going to drop on us? Is this going to drop a major bombshell? Is it going to be really big? And I'm just thinking, wasn't that big? I mean, we learn. Okay, so the Reddit stuff
wasn't that
true.
big.
Well, the Reddit stuff is true, but it's kind of it's like it doesn't have the impact that you quite thought it would. It's like oh god, this changes everything. No, it's fine. You know, I don't care. That was who I was. You know, I'm not going to let it get me down, and it doesn't really have the sort of binding impact that I worried it would of future showrunners. I do have some reservations about the Doctor being at the centre of it all. I don't think that adds anything, and I don't like the idea of the Doctor being the god that created all of Time Lord Society. But apart from that, I didn't mind the whole Gallifreyan backstory stuff. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I think no matter what Christian was going to do, for want of a better word, he's completely fucked the canon. But I don't.
Well,
like, of course, like
I said, canon's fucked anyway. So
yeah, I mean, he hasn't really done too much damage. Of course, like, some things are best left alone, like showing the creation of the Time Lords. Oh, it was Omega, it was Rassilon.
And I do think the Time Lords are better with the mystery.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we're probably not going to be able to change that now. But I can tell there's going to be a massive, either way, there's going to be a massive backlash about this episode, and there's just nothing you can do about that. And I'm just looking forward to it, because I actually really quite like the episode.
I think it was decent. I mean, I had reservations about the dialogue, as ever, and I was sitting there thinking up better dialogue than we eventually saw. The characters out more, but you know, that's Chibnall. I liked
the. Unfortunately, I was talking to you earlier, Max. The picture that spoiled it for me. I accidentally looked earlier, was the picture of the Cyber Time Lords. I
just laughed out loud when I saw that. It's just such a surreal. I mean, it's just so wrong.
Nothing's technically. Of course, nothing's original.
It's the sort of thing the Master would do. So fine.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, it's nothing's original, but that has been done in the comics before. Which
is sillier, cyber drones? I think the cyber drones.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm so glad on the previously trailer they hid the cyber drone just so no one had to throw up whilst trying to get a reminder of last week. By the way, I watched Ascension of the Cybermen a few hours ago, and I think I like it a bit more than I did last week.
My concern is I enjoyed this episode, but I think it was the sort of not knowing what's going to happen next. I feel like knowing everything that's going to happen, I might just look at it and think, oh, the Doctor's in the paralysis thing. Oh, she just wakes up from that. And it might not have the same impact on repeat listens, but I don't know. I thought it was all right. I mean, when I sat down to watch Hellbent for the first time, it was just something that happened, and I sat. I think it's unnecessary now. I think it's unnecessary now, but I just sat there, and same for Orphan 55. I sat there and I thought, okay, yeah, it's okay. I didn't strongly dislike it, or I didn't go up feeling peed off about it. That always seems to happen whenever I watch the worst episode ever. So, that shows you everything I know.
I'm gonna look on Twitter now and see what other people are thinking.
I feel like the mythology stuff was done okay.
Yeah, I like the idea
about the dialogue. I feel there are certain sort of inconsistencies in there, such as like my mum pointed out. You know, the self-destruct thing. Why, when the Doctor leaves, why didn't the Cybermen just fire at her? Why didn't the Cybermen regenerate? Do they regenerate? And I was like,
Okay, that's
and I
he's
basically
she's
just
got a
said,
point.
I just said the explosion was very big. Yeah, but surely I mean, we don't see the regenerations happen, do we?
Well,
They could probably
No,
return
but-
next series.
oh,
That would be great,
no.
wouldn't it? And what do you make of the cliffhanger? I thought it was a bit too abrupt, but then I'd probably be saying the same thing if the Runaway Bride came out now. I mean, I wanted a cliffhanger, and I just feel this cliffhanger was it felt a bit out of place. Especially as the
Yeah.
well,
Someone I'm following on Twitter has
Yeah.
also made the parallel between a comic strip called Supremacy of the Cybermen, which is basically the same thing.
yeah.
But
Something I have noticed, there have been a lot of nods to Utopia, the Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords.
I liked
Throughout this series. I mean, cutting open the Cybermen reminded me of cutting open the Toclophane.
Do you know what? It was interesting to see that. I'll read out the current trending tab. There is Doctor Who, Coronavirus, Timeless Child, Hugo Boss, and Chris Chibnall.
Right, and is it mainly positive or negative stuff? I mean, why am I asking you? I can look it up myself. I've got a keyboard and a computer, and I've got hands.
What did you think? I want to know what you thought of that. I find it a bit meta, but what did you think of that weird moment where the Doctor Who theme plays and you see everything and the Morbius? I told you the Morbius things. For all those people who told me on Discord that the Morbius doctors aren't real, fuck you.
That's
Like-
justified now. This is actually... It explains everything in the past, but it actually... I mean, it ties together quite well, and it doesn't really impact too much. It impacts, but it doesn't impact too much. I think it strikes an okay balance.
I like the theme.
I
played.
thought that moment was a bit naff, the sort of flashback.
It was weird.
When
It was
that
weird.
happened.
Yeah.
I could have
I mean,
probably...
I sort of missed the beginning of it because right in the exact moment my dog did a really gross fart and I had to like run out the room. But
So your dog didn't like it then?
nah, I don't think so. But I like the music, but
Okay, so just look at the IMDb reviews.
Oh
someone
God.
said,
Oh God.
6 out of 10. I was blown away when Davros showed up and challenged the Doctor to a tap dance contest and won. Apparently that's happening in the Christmas special. But then the Cyberman said, I'm the real Slim Shady, and pulled off his mask to reveal William Shatner. Or maybe IMDb should hold off on letting people write in reviews until after the thing has been released, just for, okay, that doesn't count. Fuck you, Wipeout 80913 with a hyphen.
People are saying it's removed all the mystery about the Doctor now. So now the show should just be called Doctor.
Yeah, I think that is a valid point. But
I suppose.
yeah, I did have my
I mean,
reservations
it is
about
left
the Doctor being the
ambiguous.
timeless child, but we don't know sort of why the Doctor ran away from Gallifrey.
Oh, she got
That's
bored. But we still don't. Yeah, hang on. Who was Brendan?
He was a version of the Doctor.
Okay. What was the point in that then? What was the point in Brendan?
I feel like you should put some holding music at this point. Like, there's a great track called "Against the Clock" that they used to use when BBC channels broke down.
Yeah, that sounds fitting. Who?
Apologies for this interruption. We're
What?
currently trying to work out what the fuck Brendan had to do with it.
Yeah,
we'll
what?
try and restore normal service as soon as possible. In the meantime, here's some music. Do 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 do. Well, once again, many apologies. We are still trying to work out what the fuck Brendan had to do with it. We'll try and get back to the program as soon as possible. In the meantime, here's some more music. Do 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 do. Have I gone on long enough?
Yes, you really need to stop this now. Mr. TARDIS says. Mr. TARDIS says, I give
I
it.
don't know what tune that is. Sorry. Go on.
Mr. TARDIS on Twitter says, I give that a better than Hellbent out of 10. Which
well,
I suppose.
that's not saying much, is it? Apparently, Hellbent's supposed to be the dog's head.
What?
Well, the dog's bollocks is the best of everything. So I'm thinking the other end is probably the worst of everything. So the dog's head.
Okay. You know how Matt Smith, when he regenerated, said, "Oh, I'm not ginger." Oh no, he was ginger. Brendan.
Yeah, that's a point.
Of course, you wouldn't remember that. But yeah, I think it was a weird exposition-y thing, and I like the idea. It wasn't particularly bad. I know people are probably
No,
going to be
I
complaining
don't
about
think
it.
it was bad. I don't think it's I don't think. Well, it might be a standout of Chibnall. I think I probably prefer Spyfall to this, but
Oh yeah,
maybe. We'll see what happens when we watch it, which we are planning to do for a retrospective on Series 12. But that will be in a few months' time when the dust has settled.
Or a few weeks, who knows? But I think I did enjoy Sacha Dhawan in it. I think he was one of the outstanding factors. I love seeing him back.
He gets the balance right of sort of psychotic, and deadpan, and I know I use that word a lot, but psychotic, deadpan, and deranged and funny.
I don't know. I can't think of what
I
more
loved
to
a
say
lot
about
of
the
his
story. There
lines.
was a lot.
He got a lot of good lines, didn't he?
Yeah, there was a lot to
I'm
take in,
trying
so
to
I don't
work
really
out-
know
I'm
where
trying-
to.
Sorry, go. I'm trying to work out why Sacha Dhawan said people would hate him after this, but
Go
on.
I said, I don't know what more to say because there's just so much to take in about it. Oh, hang on, I've got the scene here on Twitter, the flashback, or the strange scene. Yeah, I like the theme that plays.
I mean, it's in a lower key, isn't it? I don't think it works.
Yeah, we see, just looking at it now, Morbius doctors and Ruth and whatnot. I'm glad Ruth was left sort of ambiguous. It's not specifically... I mean, it's like... I can hear Thari smashing his head against a brick wall, but it's like... BBC sort of copped it out. They were like, yeah, she is a pre-Hartnell doctor, but you don't know when, and we're not going to talk about it, so...
I'm busy checking Twitter. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, and also Gallifrey is also second trending now, so there, have fun with that.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I need to watch it again before I make any concrete thoughts. I think it's okay. I
definitely need to watch it again.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in, and someone on Twitter is comparing, the woman from The End of Time to I've forgotten her name already, but the woman who adopts the Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Could possibly be.
Apparently, the entire concept of the show was just destroyed, and Chris Chibnall destroyed Doctor Who. I thought he did that a few weeks ago.
This is what I love. The fans going to be reacting to it like this.
If he's a destroyer, he's a very good one.
But it had the Morbius doctors in it.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh, this is great. I'm on the Thary's Discord server. It is disrespectful that Hartnell isn't the first one anymore. Fuck this PC world.
Right. I mean, I do understand the reaction, and yeah.
I mean, Sacha Dhawan was right. This has changed things forever.
I think it can be glossed over. Like, Faris was talking about retconning it, and I don't think you need to retcon it. You can just not mention it.
I liked the bit where Ryan threw the bomb, and it was like when he was playing basketball at the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
And I like the callback to The End of Time with the Master and the Cybermen.
Yeah. But... Oh, God, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
I had something really good, and I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, just let me try and remember it. This is like the memories of the dogs.
Ooh. Yeah, it's just... I imagine a shitstorm.
I understand the reaction, but I think it can be glossed over. But I think they did as best a job as they could with it. Sort of trying... I don't think it was too... No, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm quite
a lot of it we probably have to go back and have a look at.
Yes, but I do think it's still... I do prefer the earlier era of the modern run. I mean,
oh yeah, of course. At the moment, we've been watching every episode from Series 1 for an upcoming project for the 15th anniversary of the show.
Do you want us to say what we've been doing?
Oh, I mean, there will be another announcement video coming out soon, but basically we're doing commentaries for every episode from Series 1.
And I do think...
Watching that and then coming back to something like this is very
I think this
different.
Isn't bad, but I do think the Chibnall era is of a lower quality than RTD. I'm sorry to have to say that, but...
Also, how... It annoyed me. I know this is really petty, but how...
This is a show that's been on for 15 years, so it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yeah. I know it's really petty, but it annoyed me how... It just irritated me how Sacha Dhawan pronounced it Panopticon. I was just like, it's Panopticon! Oh, sorry.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, it is the first time the Panopticon has been mentioned in Doctor Who. I didn't even know. I thought it was just the name of the convention.
Have you never seen any episodes from the classic series?
I've seen a few.
Have you not seen the Deadly Assassin? There was a reference to
No,
the Deadly
because I'm
Assassin in
waiting
there.
till the. Excuse me. I'm waiting till the season 14 box set comes out.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Oh, right. Fair enough. If you didn't... God, how did you... Bloody hell. Invasion of Time? You've seen Invasion of Time.
No.
You have it on DVD.
It's a counterfeit DVD your uncle ripped, and I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, you're unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, he pronounced
Yeah, I
Penobscon
know,
wrong.
I'm not a
but-
real Doctor Who fan. Yada yada yada.
Ah. But yeah, also,
What
was
would you
the...
do without my review of the Saranga conundrum, eh?
I don't know. That's a video coming out soon, by the way, guys. Surrender. Max rips
to
it
fill
to
the gap
shreds.
between to fill the gap between now and the series 1 stuff.
Yeah. Also, there was this whole thing about that trig point. You know, the one that was in the 13th Doctor release, 13th Doctor reveal trailer.
Yeah, I
And
think
it
that's
was
just
in this episode, and there
coincidental,
was nothing to it, which is strange. But
but I just thought that was a coincidence, but maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know anything anymore.
yeah.
Everything I think I know is a lie.
Oh, yeah. How? Yeah. I just wish I had more to say about this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. I think all the acting was. I liked the. I liked seeing Jo Martin back. She was very good. I liked the conflict between the Doctor and Yaz at the end. I enjoyed that too. I liked the TARDIS arriving in a house. Yeah, a lot to say about it.
dunno,
And
I
that ending leading into. Well, I say next week, 'cause it's not going to be next week anymore. The
Yeah.
special
We have
Revolution
to-
of the Daleks.
How many months is it?
Oh, a
So
few.
12
Like-
months. 9
Like
months.
10 or something.
9 months is too long to wait, and then after that, we probably wait another 9 months. 9 months is too long to wait. No, forget
18 months
I
is
said
too
that.
long to
Shut
wait. Oh, that's fantastic. People who don't know this, every day when because me and Max are recording our series 1 videos every day at the moment. Every day, like I join the call and I just start playing Doctor in Distress on guitar just to annoy him, and it's quite funny.
It's just I can't listen to it. I know you like it, and I don't want to take anything away from that.
Chibnall in Distress. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Chibnall had a. No, never mind. Let's not go there. I was gonna. I was
Gallifrey
gonna
looked
make
good,
a joke about him having toilet problems or
Oh god,
constipation.
what the fuck?
or
That's
erectile dysfunction. God forbid.
oh god, right, yeah, right. We'll gloss over that.
I think
quickly.
he's probably had worse insults at this point, though.
Speaking of worse insults, I'm now going to go to Twitter to read out some. Billy Garrett John. I don't feel. Oh, that's a positive one. I won't read that one.
What?
Yeah, I can't find any people who are actually angry at it. Mainly because I follow people with brain stems, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, I just like it's just yeah, that the last 10 seconds of noises I made sums up how I feel about
Yeah.
the whole
I don't
series.
Really,
It was definitely better than the Battle of Ransgrav Kolos by a mile.
yeah. Once my initial sort of it's usual series finale sort of excitement, with that thing, with that announcement at the end about the Daleks. Once that wears off, it's like I don't really have any strong feelings about it. Well, that was just something that happened. Moving on, and I think that's just the general gist of Series 12. I mean, we will give it a fair review in a few months' time, but at some point. But I was hoping for more. But
I think considering Ascension of the Cybermen introduced so much and there wasn't any hint of closure, despite being a first part, I think it managed to tie up a lot of loose threads left over by last episode very well, and I didn't feel it. I think the pacing dealt with that a lot better. Especially,
the pacing was good.
It was a few minutes longer than a usual story, but even still,
and certainly it was allowed to unfold naturally. Sort of, they didn't have a timeline to fill. They basically did the cut their ideal cut, and then it just happened to be 65 minutes, and they said to the BBC, can it be 65 minutes? And they said, yeah, fine. Because Chris Chibnall said that in Doctor Who magazine. You didn't get the sense that it had been cut down to try and fit, and you didn't feel that it had been padded out too much either. Felt just right. And I can't believe I'm saying that, given that I was saying last week that, it was 15 minutes too long with Ascension of the Cybermen.
I mean, if
Really
people are getting annoyed about it, I suppose they could just take it as the Master was just taking the piss and lying the whole time, which I suppose makes sense.
I mean, that scenario did cross my mind.
Yeah, I mean, who said you have to believe him? I think the Matrix bit looked a bit strange, if I'm honest. I think the close-up shots looked good, but when it was zoomed out, it just looked a bit...
It's a bit of a shame there weren't more references to the Ultimate Foe and Hands on the Beach, but...
Maybe.
I mean, there was one throwaway little reference, but then you get too deep in the bowels of fan service.
I think it's a shame.
Not that fan service isn't a bad thing in moderation, like immigration or chocolate or alcohol.
I mean, that's fair enough. I think.
Let's just have that noise as the video and allow people to speculate on what you were doing at the time.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say. It's not that I didn't like it, it's just there's a lot to take in, and I think when we do our retrospective I'll have more to say on it, but for the moment, again, like you mentioned a few weeks ago, I think that's the disadvantage of doing these first impression videos, is that you don't have time for your thoughts to mature and mellow.
Yeah, so I think it'd be useful to do a retrospective. You sure you've got nothing else to say? I haven't.
I'll
take that as a no.
I think that's all we really have to say. How long? 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, we might as well
substance.
leave it there, because otherwise it takes ages to render, doesn't it? There are a couple of things I do want to say, as this is the last Series 12
it's
first
been
impressions.
Sad, it's coming to an end. What will you do on Sunday nights now? Not just Cynical Who content-wise, but there's nothing...
I'll get an early night, not looking at screens, and I'll
that
have
is
better sleep.
Yeah, I won't have to stay up till bloody 1 a.m. editing a Praxis review because we rambled on for 40 minutes too long and took hours to export.
Sorry about that. But I would just like to quickly say thank you to various YouTubers who've been very amusing over the last few weeks, particularly the Doctor Who Production News Twitter account that's been very good and useful, and I've spent many a happy hour on that, sort of following what's been happening, so we have stuff to talk about. Hill versus Babyface, Flower Productions, Ace Creeper, Dr. Freedom, Nerdrotic, any other YouTubers that you'd like to mention that I've
Big
missed?
thanks to Tharies for coming on the
yes,
on the
Tharies as well.
thing last week. I was really thankful to hear him come onto our channel, accept our offer, and bumped up the views, I suppose. So.
Yeah, and that will hopefully that will hopefully increase with the Tharies podcast, which you're on, and it's coming out next week. Apparently, it's coming out at some point. Yeah, I am on the Tharies podcast in the upcoming episodes, so do stay tuned on his channel for that. And as for what we're doing in the near future, I think we'll probably take a break for a couple of weeks. Saranga Conundrum review coming soon, I believe. Saranga Conundrum review, Rose review, Series 1 commentaries, Figure Adventure. Yeah, Series 1 commentaries coming out weekly from the 26th of March. We've already recorded commentaries for episode 1 to 5. I mean, I would have done a collection update maybe tomorrow or the day after if the Series 12 Blu-ray hadn't been delayed because of a packaging issue in the factory. But is that Modern Who Series 12 or? No, Classic Who. They're re-releasing the Blu-ray. They always get delayed, don't they? But never mind. Well, they somehow managed to pack all the season 10 discs in the series season 12 boxes, which is quite funny. That's a major cock up. How did? Yeah, no idea. But at the same time, these things sometimes happen. Yeah, but it just tends to happen quite a lot with the Blu-ray range. Yeah, we've got various plans, so keep an eye out on this channel. And we will. I mean, I don't know how long. Of course, plans for Christmas and whatnot are all probably being sorted. And that's why I'm rambling here, but we will probably do this. I mean,
depends on how busy we are. We can't
Yeah.
see into the future.
I
But
mean,
if
I've
this
got my
happens next,
A-levels,
yeah.
in the spring and summer.
Yeah.
Chances
depends-
are that may. I mean, you never know. We might all catch coronavirus and die. I might do very badly in my A-levels and then be chased out the school playground by my teachers with machetes. I'm forever the optimist. Yeah, and I may be at university or
yeah. I
various
mean,
places,
you can't
but-
tell. I mean, what point is the what's the point? What point is the series on next year? Do you know? Is it mid?
Well, Series 13, it's not been confirmed.
Okay.
They're expecting to start filming in September,
Okay.
which would imply a September release because it tends to take a year now. I hope it's early.
I think I'll be doing my A levels by that point.
Ooh.
Bloody hell, that is scary to think. But yeah, that nicely rounds off our series 12 initial reaction slash first impressions video. Make sure to go back and watch the whole playlist if you can find the time. I'll probably a link in the description to the whole playlist if you want to binge watch that for whatever
Be prepared
insane
for some
reason.
unpopular opinions, particularly with Orphan 55.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's perfect, but
I think it's okay. I'd give it at least a 5 or a 6
amen
or
to
something.
that.
But yeah, stay tuned in a few. Well, we haven't decided yet. Weeks, months, years for our
Yeah.
series season
Like, subscribe,
series 12.
share, follow us on Twitter.
Yep, our Twitters will be in the description. Make sure to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Make sure to
And
not
try
pull
not
your
to
head
die.
off. Yeah, from this series
and-
finale.
Yeah.
I
and
think that's all we have to
assuming
say. Thanks. We'll sign off now, and we'll leave you with that outro music that Max ever lovingly created on Logic Pro.
Not
so-
especially for this channel, but just for fun.
I think that sums it up really, doesn't it? But yeah, this has been Cynical Who, Max Williams. Thank you so much for watching this series and joining
Yes,
us along the way,
thank
and we
you.
will see
Means a
you
lot.
next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.